gentlemen, you have now entered the precipice of greatness. Welcome to Live from the Bench with JQ.
You sure look like a master to me.
And Boulevard.
I want to hear about this, homie.
So forget about it, cuz.
Round one, fight.
Oh snap! What's up, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of Live from the Bench. It is me, GQ, and I am here with Boulevard. We are getting ready to give you some good shit. We got a couple things we want to talk about. We got a little bit of a list. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna give you our perspectives on it. You guys already know what we do. So, Boulevard, what we got first on the list?
Okay, well, hello, first of all, everybody, and you, GQ.
Oh, my bad.
That said,
Boulevard.
that was just... All right, so, the news recently got out, and with Travis Hunter, the number 2 pick from last year's draft, remember he was supposed to be this game changer who could play both sides of the ball, and there was much talk about how eventually he'd break down or he'd have to choose a side. So finally, looks like the time's starting to come where he's going to have to pick a side, and that side looks like it's cornerback. So as the word got out, as I said, that Travis Hunter is going to be a full-time corner now for the Jaguars, and a part-time, a few wide receiver reps sprinkled in there, here and there. And it makes sense because they don't really need him at receiver right now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're pretty solid at that position, and they definitely would need him more at corner. Now, I want to get your opinion on it, but I don't know at what point I'm supposed to point this out. That, as you know, the Browns and the Jags made a pretty husky trade. The Jags gave up, this year's first, essentially, for Travis Hunter. They swapped picks and they gave up this year's pick. That's why Cleveland's up 2 picks this year. And now you look back, they made that pick and it's not going to, it's, the 23rd or something like that? So, it's not a great pick for the Browns, but I digress. The point is, if you look all through history, as far as corners and where Travis Hunter was drafted, only one other player historically has been drafted a defensive back second in the draft. Only one all time. That was Eric Turner. He was the highest drafted safety ever. Highest drafted defensive back ever. Okay? So, that means Travis Hunter is the highest drafted cornerback ever, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the other cornerbacks throughout history. I know I'm rambling here. I'm talking a lot. Also, RIP here. But I'm sorry. I got a point here. If you look at corners all through history in the draft, at least recently, you got Pat Peterson was drafted 5th. Jalen Ramsey was drafted 5th. Javarius Ward was drafted 4th. Denzel Ward was drafted 4th. I'm sorry. Stingley and Sauce Gardner went 3 and 4. And Witherspoon went 5. Those are the players he has to match at corner for this draft pick to even be worth it. He has to at least match those talents or surpass it. And I don't know. So, yeah, I'll let you get to yours. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. No, I didn't have anything. All I was going to say was, because I agree. He has, big shoes to fill. And I don't know which one I like him better as. I don't know where I like him better as, but I think for your longevity, as far as longevity is concerned, cornerback might be the better spot for him because I think he got hurt playing receiver. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember, but I remember, and I'm actually about to bring up receipts. This was September 13th, 2023. It was probably one of our highest performing videos on TikTok. It got 1,100 views in the first hour.
Damn.
And basically what I said was I was questioning whether or not Travis Hunter should be should play both sides. A lot of people against me because the excuse was he been doing it his whole career. Listen, a lot of people did it in youth football. A lot of people
You know,
did it.
right?
And AJ Brown played safety. But at some point, you got to understand that there comes a point where your body can't take it. And now this dude just came off an injury. He just got injured. That ended his season early.
Mm-hmm.
Line right there. You can't do both. It's just your body is not meant to it. Football is a very physically demanding sport.
Mm-hmm.
Said at some point he's going to have to pick. A lot of people really believe that he was going to do this his whole career. It's not going to happen. It's not. It just doesn't make sense. I felt like he was going to have to choose a position, and look, he's going to play cornerback. He'll get some reps in at receiver. Sure, that's fine. You just can't ask him to do both. Like, if you're gonna give him some reps, you gotta understand he's gonna lose some. Like, is he gonna be cornerback one on the Jaguars? I don't know. Is he gonna be get wide receiver 3 reps, wide receiver 2 reps? We don't know. I don't know. But my thing is, they gotta figure that out. It's not for us to figure out, but it's us. It's for us to say how we feel or give you our perspective. Me personally, it's about time. I knew it was coming. I didn't know which position he was going to be, but I knew for a fact that this was not something that they were going to do long term. It just doesn't work. And the fact that it happened this fast, like after his first year as a
Mm-hmm.
rookie, that they decided, oh yeah, you're not doing that. It proves my point. Because like I said, like 8 years for if he continued to do it, it'd have been he played 8 years in his career, but it would have felt like 16. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it did happen. I'm glad they did decide that we'll play around with him. We'll let you play some gadget, but you're gonna play quarterback. Uh,
All
It's
right.
like
So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna say
I
it's
was
kind of
going.
like with Dion.
I was going to say. So, if he's now a full-time corner, if he doesn't live up to those other players, or him himself become a shutdown corner, island unto himself, or at least one among the top tier, top five or so, yeah. Does that make him a bust? Considering he was the second pick in the draft.
So honestly, I feel like if he doesn't live up to those, because like if he, let's say he's like just very average. Let's say he's an average cornerback.
Right.
That's fine, as long as because mind you, he's a second round pick that you also traded
Well,
up for.
yeah.
So if he's an average corner, just okay, not getting torched, still making some plays, but not like the elite. Like he doesn't have to be as good as these other guys if he's still a threat on the other side of the ball. Like if he's somebody that can come out there and still get you like when he comes out there he's actually doing something. Like let's say he gives you 1 or 2 catches, like you get him in there on like maybe 5 plays, he give you like 3 catches, or
Mm,
you target him maybe 5 times in a game and he gives you 2 catches. That's enough for me to say he at least he's a gadget or he's somebody. I don't know. It depends on if you use him enough and if you use him on the other side, if he's productive. I don't know. I
I
think
don't feel like with Jacksonville's receiving core that he's even necessary to throw out there. I mean, they
yeah.
have an. I don't really know their free agency situation, but they have a clear number one. They have role players. They don't really need
No,
his.
they don't.
You know, like to only put him out there would just be like a gimmicky thing,
Yeah.
and you're just furthering the risk of getting him injured again.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just like, yeah, it's just if he's not a game changer on that side of the ball, which he's not,
No,
then
he's
there's
not.
no reason to keep doing this experiment. Just cut the experiment. And if he doesn't pan out as one of the top corners, top five, top eight corners, then to me, he's going to be a bust because you gave up capital for him,
Yeah.
and with expectations that he'd be able to do more than reasonably expected, which they did. They expected this man to really try to be a full time at both, and you just can't. It's just not practical in this day and age. But I'd say he'd be a bust. But if he just turned out to be okay, that's okay because once you get off that first contract, it don't even matter where you were drafted. So
Yeah.
yeah, as long
My,
as he just proves to be adequate and consistent, most importantly, consistent at what he does, then he should be all right.
See, I think the thing is, and I feel like, and that's what a lot of people did. I think a lot of people fell for the fact that he was a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the problem. That's where the problem lies, is because not only did Jacksonville fall for the gimmick, not only did the fans fall for the gimmick, not only did the analysts and the scouts fall for the gimmick. Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter fell for the gimmick because he believed that he can do it. Everybody believed that he can do both sides. Nobody, and this is why I say, well, like the people around you, you got to surround yourself with people that care about you,
Mm-hmm.
because now you're at this point where you were drafted number two. The team that drafted you gave up capital for you.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you should have been like, I'm a wide receiver or I'm a cornerback. Because if I don't do phenomenal at both, people are going to be pissed at me. If I don't do great at this position, people are going to be pissed at me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't come in there and maybe give you 300 receiving yards with minimum wide receiver reps, people are going to be pissed at me. People are going to call me a wash. If I'm not good as a corner, if I give up 700 yards as a cornerback or 1,000 yards total as a cornerback in my entire season,
That's
people are
pretty
going to call
bad.
me
Yeah,
a bust.
that's pretty damn
Yeah,
bad.
so yeah, so and that's the thing. It's like you as a player, you have to pay it. You have to come in with the mentality. It's like, what am I good at? Because you can't come in here. You can't. You got to be the professional. You got like what's the receiver? The receiver for the Packers. They were like, oh, we're gonna give him some reps at corner. He said, I'm not a corner. I'm not a corner. I'm not doing that corner. I'm a receiver. I'm not a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And he got cut. But I respect him because he knew well enough that I'm a receiver. I'm not a corner. I can't play corner. And they did it because they had too many receivers on their team. He said, I can't play corner. That's not my position. Y'all can't switch my position this late in my career. And I respect him for that because he knew well enough. I'm not about to sit here and get my ass torched and y'all gonna
Mm-hmm.
start calling me a bum. But y'all
Mm-hmm.
put me out of position. And I think the Packers was trying to be cute because of the Travis Hunter situation. Um, Travis Hunter has to do the same thing. It's like, y'all not about to set me up to start calling me a bust. Let me figure out where y'all going to put me and let me develop where I'm at. Because you're going to have me be a receiver, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. Let me develop at that position. If you're going to have me as a cornerback, let me play corner, let me develop at that position. Don't
Yes.
start throwing me in these weird packages and risk my season, cutting my season down 2 years. No, let me develop at my position. Because at this point, he's got to be good because he can't just be good at one spot because we gave up a number two. We gave up a draft pick to get you, moved up
Mm-hmm.
to get you. We can't. You can't just be good. And that's my thing. He can't just be good. He has to be great. And if he's not great, people are going to start talking because his once that 4 year, whatever his first contract it was, I'm assuming it was 4 years.
4 years option. Yeah, I mean that's the
Yeah,
standard at this point.
yeah.
4 plus the
So
5th-year option.
So whatever happens, it's like if he's not phenomenal, if he messes up, it's over for him. You're just a gimmick. You're just a guy that never turned out to be who you were supposed to be. So
I mean, who he was supposed to be was probably a corner.
mhm.
I mean, maybe not a great corner, maybe not a bad corner, maybe just a mid-tier corner. That's not really up for us to decide. That's up for him to decide.
Yeah,
Him and the coaching staff and the situation they put him in. That's all going to lead on whether he's a bust or not. All he can do is go out there and bust his ass and put the work in. Because if he does not show up, there are people that are going to start proclaiming him a bust.
yeah.
Possibly after this next season coming up. The bust chance will start coming out. You'll start hearing those words.
Mm.
But
For him,
in reality, he may just have been an overpick.
yes.
Because I mean,
And I think that's what.
what? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's what it's gonna come down to. It's like maybe he was just drafted too high. He
Mm-hmm.
may not be bad. He just might have been drafted too high.
Mm-hmm. Too many expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they bought into the hype, bringing him in, expecting him to be that when what he is just maybe a solid corner or
yeah,
maybe just a solid receiver. Neither one of those would be worth the number two pick. If he could do both of those full time, or at least play 60% of the snaps on each side, then yeah, that might be worth it. But he can't do that. So at no point could that be. They shouldn't have spent the highest draft pick of all time on a cornerback on this guy. He's going to have to outwork so many better talents to
yes,
make that pick worth its value, and I don't think he can do it. Now you'd pick him at say 12th, 13th, yeah, maybe we wouldn't call him a bust, but that is just too high, and that comes with expectations, and in this case, overinflated expectations that it's
yeah,
impossible for him to meet. It ain't his fault, but they will call him a bust none the same.
I agree.
All right, you want to do that thing? You want to do that thing? Do that thing?
Does this burger get your attention? Know what goes great with fried meats to please your palate? Live from the bench. Get fatter while we talk about sports. But you probably shouldn't eat this burger. I saw him spit in it. Live from the bench. Does this burger get your attention?
Yeah, no, that burger looked damn disgusting, but I
Welcome
just
back. Thanks for
feel like
coming back from the break.
this shit was like half raw, and he was hitting it with a blowtorch. What the fuck's
I'm
going on
not.
here? That
Listen,
shit was not that long.
that's what you thought about the burger. That ain't what I thought about the burger.
Uh,
I actually looked at the burger and was like, oh no, that's kind of attractive.
I could go
But
for
it
a
did
huge
look like
smoothie, man.
it was undercooked. I mean, some people like their burgers that way, so
I don't.
some people
I
actually
don't.
like
I don't like to see red in mine. I'm like, oh, what the hell's wrong with you, man? You're a sick fuck. Like, I'm a sick
Yeah.
fuck because I like my food cooked. Okay. Fucking weirdos. Fucking savages.
So, all right, well,
Animals.
everybody, every now and again, some people like to see Boulevard or myself like really like lash out on a show. Not necessarily lash out, but like really put our feelings out there. And sometimes it's Boulevard, sometimes it's me. Today is me.
Ugh.
Um, Kyler Murray, Tua. See, I don't even fucking care about his name. That's how much I just don't like him. What's the name?
Tua
Tua tag
Tagovailoa.
me, bitch. Whatever. Um, Tua tree trunk. Tua. My head
So I
hurt.
have Tua speech funk. Yeah, yeah. It gets a
So
head out of me.
I think we've gotten to a point where and I don't like Tua and Kyler for my own reasons, my own personal reasons as a former football player and a former gadget quarterback back in my day. I don't like them because just reasons. But I've been saying things a lot about Tua and Kyler for many years now. And like every time I see a highlight of Kyler Murray, I'm really very critical of Kyler Murray. And then when I see Tua pretending to be a quarterback, it really agitates me.
He also hates
Um,
Bryce Young too, just in case anybody's trying to keep
I
track.
do for the same reason I hate Bryce
Yeah,
Young as well.
yeah. Now y'all getting it. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all get it. Um, I'm around there. I'm around their size. I'm probably a little bit heavier. Maybe not Tua. I think Tua might just hit the threshold of 6 feet. Maybe I don't know.
Mm.
Don't really care. Fuck Tua. Hawk Tua.
Nah.
But, but my thing is like Tua has gotten by. He looked acceptable under Mike McDaniel because Mike McDaniel brought in that speedy offense that just get the ball out of Tua's hands. But the dude can't take contact. He is not him. He thinks he is, and they fucking paid him. Waste of fucking time. Kyler Murray that did the same fucking thing. Dude couldn't stay healthy for you, disrespected his coach. He was very uncoachable. And then for the thing of me, for you to have to put, and this is something like I said, I've been saying this for years. If you gotta put something in somebody's contract to tell them not to play the video game as much in practice, that's a problem for me. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Kyler. He's like he didn't want to put the effort forward. And I didn't like it. And and I was saying, like, it's time to fucking cut the cord. Cut the cord on Tua, rebuild. They fucking, what's his name? Brian Flores, when he was the head coach, he said he wanted the quarterback of the Chargers, can't think of his name. He
Herbert.
wanted him. Herbert. When he wanted Justin Herbert, they went with Tua. He said that's not, he wanted to go that way. They went that way. He knew that they were fucking tanking.
Right. I'm zooming in on you.
And then, in the simple fact that Kyler has been doing performing the way Kyler has, he's never, never, never been successful. And it really bothers me. It really bothers me that he is the way he is. I'm going to see if I can um, get something up here.
In the meantime, while you're looking, I'm just going to take this time to say, rest in peace, NFL wide receiver Rondale Moore. He was 25. He's found dead of a self-inflicted. Yeah.
And just with numbers like that, it makes me wonder, like, what are you trying to get out of the quarterback? Do you want to win? And clearly you don't, because he's like, this is your third head coach since having this quarterback. That should never be a case. That should never be the case when you have a quarterback. Your quarterback should not see three head coaches.
Right.
Like, and I think Kyler's only been in the league 6-7 years.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines.
You should not be on your third head coach
I believe
six,
he was
7 years and
29.
still not win.
I believe he's 29 at this point. Yeah.
And you can't. And I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that it's all on those coaches, because we started to see them. I thought Jonathan Gannon was about to pull into the playoffs with Jacoby Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I actually thought that he was going to find this. I thought he was going to have a playoff run. I didn't believe John Gannon was going to get fired this year. That was a shocker for me. I didn't think it was going to happen. But here's my thing: if John Gannon's fired, and I strongly believe it, since you fired your third coach, this is your third coach since having Kyler Murray. I think it's time to pull the plug on Kyler Murray. I think they have Jacoby Brissett. They saw somewhere where Jacoby Brissett looks more comfortable in an NFL offense than Kyler Murray does. I think it's time to stop the little circus that is Kyler Murray. Stop playing this game. Let Kyler Murray go become a Twitch streamer or whatever his platform that's available. Let him go hang out with Kai Cenat and those people. Let him go hang out with Jack Doherty or whatever his name is. Whoever those people are, Jack Doherty or whatever. Let him go hang out with those people and stream Call of Duty and Fortnite, whatever he does, and get him off the football field. He doesn't belong there. It's time to end it. Tua, I've been saying for a long time now, the dude can't stay healthy. And this is my thing. Stop. Like, and I'm giving Joe Burrow one more year. Stop committing so much into quarterbacks that can't stay healthy. Like, this is supposed to be your lifeblood of your organization. This is supposed to be what you're basing your organization around. Like, if he's not staying healthy, because if it was a running back, you would have already pushed him to the curb. Javonte Williams is an example. Like, couldn't stay healthy. Denver let him go. Cowboy, let Kyler Murray go. Let the man walk. Take the hit. I would have took the hit already. The same thing I say about the Browns with Deshaun Watson. Just let him fucking walk. You want to owe the money, regardless. He's not going to be on the field. You're still going to be paying it. Might as well just let him walk and just pay the money because you're going to be doing it anyway, not having him on team. So just let him walk. Same with Tua. Let him walk. There's no reason. There's a lack of production from both of these guys. Neither one of these guys. And I will slap the hell out of anybody who will say it. And this is going to be me going back to my bias. Anybody who say that Tua or Kyler Murray better than Jalen Hurts, suck it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a hell of a statement for somebody to make. But
If
somebody
you
out
put-
there will say it.
If you put him in, like, I'm gonna say this, like, Tua had two of the best receivers, had two of the best receiver performances in a very long time out of Waddle and damn, Tyreek Hill. Best receiver performances, and you still couldn't do anything with that.
Mm-hmm.
You have A-Chain, you still couldn't do anything with that. That's a problem for me. That is, I don't blame the coach. You can't blame the coach, and that's what I think. I don't think Mike McDaniel's is a good coach or a good head coach. I'm not, but I refuse to believe that it was his fault. Because if he did this with you, if he showed you he can be successful, and Tua still couldn't do it because he can't stay on the field because his head hurts, get him off the field. Like, I mean, I don't want to hear it. Like, Tua can't, like, if I'm a head coach in Miami and Tua comes to me say my head hurts, I have a migraine, you're cut. Like, why are you here? Like, you can't. This is a big boys game, and this is your problem. You got to go. I'm sorry. Call me insensitive about concussions. Listen, I have traumatic brain injury. I've had like 7 concussions in my life. I'm not stepping on a football field. It's just not happening. It's just not smart. Tua doesn't care about his life. Okay, let that man go play in the CFL. Let him go be a star there. Let him go up the prices in the CFL with a UFL. Let him raise the standard there. Maybe get another concussion. Same thing with Kyler. Kyler want to go play games. What's that game that Johnny Manziel is playing in? The fan base, fan run football league. Let him go play there. Let him go play there. Because he wants to play video games while he do it, let him do that. You can go ahead, bye. Like, it's certain people that don't belong in the league. And there are people like that. They don't belong here. They don't belong in the league because they're not.
Not that they don't belong, because they have the talent to belong. It's that they don't want to utilize the talent or put the work in. They just want to enjoy the lifestyle and all the accolades that come with being in the league.
No, that's bullshit. I don't care if you have the talent. A lot of people have the talent.
Yeah,
but if you're stupid,
put it to
if
work,
you're not mentally there, you don't belong.
Right.
Because all the talent in the world don't make you belong in the league. That's not enough. It's not enough anymore. You got to be smart enough to make the decisions. Kyler Murray, not the type of guy. He's not an NFL player. He's not a professional football player. Because there's one thing that they got that people don't that people keep forgetting about players in the NFL, the players in these leagues. It's professional football. But guess what? You keep forgetting one key word: professional. Kyler Murray, not a professional. He's not a professional athlete. He's just an athlete, not a professional, because he doesn't do his job. And his job means picking up his book, fucking studying the playbook. That's what happened to Jamarcus Russell. He didn't look at his plays. He didn't look at the playbook. Didn't look at the game plan. That's why he's out of the league. Kyler Murray, you don't belong here. You're getting lucky because you have a different level of talent. You have a unique skill set. But guess what? You don't study, you don't pay attention, and you're just a fucking baby. You're like one of those. It's like when your toddler's running around the house and you're trying to take something because the toddler puts something in their mouth and they're running away from you while you're trying to take it. And that's what Kyler Murray looks like when he's running around. Looks like a toddler running. I just see a baby in a diaper. I see a baby in a diaper when I see Kyler Murray running, and it pisses me off. Like, what are you doing, child? Somebody get their
Yeah.
baby off the field. So that's what I see with Ty. And and then whenever I see Tua, I feel like Donovan McNabb is throwing the ball to Todd Pinkston, like somebody's
Oh
going to
my
break
God.
something. He's going to break something, get him off the field. He doesn't belong there. And like the lack of production, lack of success, there's just nothing there. And I feel like when you have a quarterback and year after year after year, you're not getting anywhere with them, why are you holding on to it? Shit, at this point, why aren't Arizona? I mean, shit. Let me. I'm gonna just say this. Kudos to the Cleveland Browns because they pulled the trigger on cutting the quarterback, and like they'll cut a quarterback in a heartbeat. They've shit. How many quarterbacks the Browns start last year? I don't know. Like pull the trigger. Now the Browns was just way too extreme on pulling the trigger, letting the quarterback go. The Cardinals aren't doing it enough. Let Jacoby Brissett cook, take the hit on the whatchamacallit. Miami, go find a new quarterback. Maybe do a switcheroonie with the Tennessee. Take Cam Ward and
Can't worry
send
going nowhere. Will Levis, maybe.
You know what? I will take Will Levis because you know what? Will Levis might be better than. I mean, I don't like him. He puts mayonnaise in his coffee. That's weird.
Oh.
And then you let your girlfriend get a deal with me. How you let your girlfriend get a better deal than you did, and then she broke up with you? You're an idiot. Don't. And this is my lesson. And I don't want to see it at the NFL draft. Dudes, stop bringing your girlfriend to the draft because Gia Duddy. Yeah, we know her name. We should not know her name,
Right.
and she should not be more successful than you. Gia Duddy. She went to the draft as a girlfriend. You left the draft as a second round pick. You left the draft with a rookie deal, a second round pick deal. She walked away with a McDonald's deal, a deal with McDonald's, $1 million deal. She walked away. She went from being Will Levis's girlfriend to a woman who was sponsored by McDonald's. She said, "Fuck out of here, Will. You're a bench player. You're a bench rider. You're probably not even going to have a team in a few years. I'm out." And she dipped
right
on
though.
you. She dipped on you. Bro, stop bringing your girlfriends to the game. Because you know what? I feel like Will Levis probably could be good. He probably could have some talent. We don't know yet. He's a talented. He's got talent. He's got the physique to be a skilled quarterback. He's not a small guy. Maybe put him in a different location that might help him. Because he's not going to do it with Cam Ward. Cam Ward is the guy there. But Tua and Kyler, it ain't doing it for me. I'm not interested in seeing them boys. I'm done with them both.
All right. Now I'm gonna just fill in with the numbers. Okay. So with Tua, there's 99 million dead cap and a $56 million cap hit this season. But if they, it's really gonna cut down. It comes down to the fact that they can either drop them now and eat the big cap hit, can drop them post after June 1st and eat the big cap hit, but they can split the cap hit over 2 seasons, or they can try to trade these players. And, because as I say, you can split it over 2 seasons if you do it after June 1st. But with Kyler Murray, a guy who's played less than 90% of his team snaps as the starting quarterback, mind you, he's their quarterback, he's their QB1, played less than 90% of their snaps in 4 of his 7 seasons. And consider only one of those seasons, he played 80%. As anything other than that, 3 of those seasons, less than 80% of his team snaps. So he's not even there, and that's the thing you're being paid, the money you're being paid to be there, to be on the field. He missed time last season with foot and ACL injuries, one to each leg, or maybe that was overtime, but I think that was last season. But that was the point. That was all I was going to do, was fill in the numbers. There would be big money lost if they're cut before June 1st. Like, big numbers. Like, let's see, what was Kyler Murray's, well, his is about, after June 1st, will be 47 mil dead cap. It's before, or June, that's after June 1st. And yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, there's cap money. But the best bet for both teams would be, their best hope for the teams would be they find a trade partner, somebody to eat that damn money. But more likely, they're just going to have to eat the cap themselves because they may not find takers. I mean, if you look around, there's only but so many teams that need quarterbacks, and it's like Vikings, maybe Colts, depending on what they do with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. Falcons, they got a quarterback, so they maybe
I'm
can
gonna
put
go
back up. Steelers
Pittsburgh.
need a quarterback. Jets always need a quarterback. Cardinals obviously are going to need a quarterback. The Raiders are obviously going to need a quarterback. So, what do you think? Just
Ooh,
trade them straight up?
trade them.
Or
Listen, I'm
just,
never gonna be and I will take a freaking 7th round pick to
I
get them out of there. Maybe you can get like a money situation, or
mean,
maybe swap them the fuck out. Maybe
yeah,
swap them.
that's what I'm
Maybe that
saying.
might
Just split
help.
up. But yeah, I can see Arizona going for it. I can't see Miami going for it because Miami had a fire sale over there. They just freed up like 30 million cap space last week. So I don't know that they'd go for it. I'm guessing they're going to look in a draft, but I don't know. I
What's
can't
cra-
really say for certain.
What's crazy is I feel like Tua could maybe carve out a career. There is nowhere in this league where I feel like Kyler Murray can fit because he is not. First off, the man can't even throw the ball. He can't sit in the pocket. So you bring in a guy like Kyler Murray, you have to build an offense around him, and nobody's doing that. They're not doing that. Like, yes, they are creating offense, but Kyler Murray is one of those guys where you have to be that type of coach that runs that type of system, and then you have to go out and get people to build it around him. And I don't think anybody's willing to do that. Not for Kyler Murray.
All right, let me sum up this one like this. I'm going to go through all those teams I just mentioned. I'm taking the Pack Falcons out for obvious reasons.
Mm.
And I'm going to say, would you rather have, or, all right, Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, Tua, or Kyler Murray?
JJ McCarthy.
Daniel Jones, Tua, or Kyler Murray?
Daniel Jones.
Aaron Rodgers at 40 something, 42, 43. Kyler Murray or Tua?
Tua.
Okay, Justin Fields, Tua, or Kyler Murray?
In Pittsburgh or just period
In the
in Jets.
Jets.
Oh, in the Jets. I go
Oh,
Tua.
that's my place. Yeah.
I would go Tua.
Okay. So clearly you got Tua over Kyler. All right.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not, and I felt like I had to give up on Justin Fields. I gave up on Justin Fields. Like this
All
was
right.
his last year.
Fair enough. Same with Gino. I was gonna say Gino or one of them, but you're gonna say
I'm gonna say Tua.
yeah. So there you go. Dolphins, Cardinals. They're just gonna swap
Yeah,
or just do nothing. I don't even care what they do at this point. Maybe Dolphins
I
will
would
draft
cut
somebody.
Tua. I would cut Tua or make him run kick returns. I don't give
I could
shit
see
no
Kirk
more.
Cousins ending up on the Cardinals or some shit like that. So
Mm.
hmm, maybe
It's
at least
just
to
the
compete with
issue is they
that.
got to get that Kyler Murray cap hit.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody gonna eat that shit though. Oh well.
Washington.
All right, you want to throw your thing in there?
Yeah. right, thank you for coming back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue on, and some weird shit is going on in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. I don't even know if we can still call them that.
Looks like no, because now they are the Indiana Bears or some variation thereof. I mean, basically, what happened was back in 2003, the city and the Bears worked out some agreement to where the city would help pay off renovations on the stadium. They're still paying that off, and the Bears want more revenue from their stadium, but they don't own the stadium as the city owns Soldier Field, which always never bad, never good for the team, but the city gotta get their cut too. Let's be real. So since the Bears wanted a new stadium, they went and they bought this whole area, this old horse track, and they built it down, and they made plans to build a dome stadium and an entertainment complex for year-round revenue, so they could always have something going on that they could make money from. But the world being what it is, politics got in the way, and it got to the point where the Bears were ready to looking into other options. Around this time, the Indiana lawmakers unveiled a plan to raise hotel taxes and restaurant taxes to pay for infrastructure works and bonds to get a new stadium. And the Bears would also invest $2 billion themselves towards the new stadium in Hammond, Indiana. So basically, the city called, the Bears bluff, and the Bears left. They did. Yeah. So now the Bears. Now what is Chicago going to do? Because they just lost a big chunk of their revenue. As the Bears have been there since our greats were children. Basically, they're one of the original damn teams. Decatur Staleys moved to Chicago at some point. I don't know the history of the team, but you know what I'm saying. This is like a legacy team. They shouldn't be moving, but here
Yeah.
we are. Stadiums are worth billions. Football teams are worth billions. They have value, but the city needs to get theirs too. These negotiations should be figured out. We've been going through this year after year, and you always see like the city that's like, no, 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 hold on, let's work it out. Or in this case, they did a lot worse than that. They just basically bullshitting and wasted time. But what you won't do, someone else will. And there were a
Yes.
lot of places looking for new teams. Always looking for a new football team, looking for a new basketball team because that's revenue, that's tourism, that's hotel money, that's restaurant money. Like you can raise money this way. And that helps everyone. It's supposed to anyway. It helps the schools, it helps the roads, it helps transportation, it helps whatever, all that good shit. So this definitely knocks Chicago back because the residents didn't help pay. The government didn't want to help pay because they were still paying. I guess that's just the nature of business. I don't know. What do you think?
I think this is hilarious because I feel like if you're a historic city, historic state, you have to you have to do everything in your power to keep these teams here because that's a part of your brand. Because yes, right now, as of right now, they're still going to be called the Chicago Bears. But my prospect is like because I know how it is with the New Jersey Giants and the Jets. I mean, New York Giants and the Jets. There are have been petitions to make them change the name. There have been petitions, but I feel like it's different with New York, New Jersey because of the proximity. Yes, it's probably the same with the Bears, but it's so different because it's the Chicago Bears. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have known the Chicago Bears to be the Chicago Bears since inception. And some people try to use the excuse that the 49ers play in Santa Clara and the Cowboys play in Arlington. No, that's different because it's not really because it's like that's the same. Like this team is this is like Texas is Texas. That's Dallas's state. Like they run that. Santa Clara, so close to it that's their team. But you look at like Indianapolis is Indiana. So that's Indianapolis coach territory. You're stepping in on somebody else's territory. How do you even know that the fans are going to identify with the Bears? You're bringing somebody in on your territory to steal your like. How do you now? You're telling Chicago fans, and this is the problem with the city. It's like you're not only losing tourist money. You're not only losing
Terrorist money.
You're not only losing tourist money, but what you're also doing is telling your Chicago citizens to go give your tourist money or your money to another state's tourist
Mm-hmm.
community. Like you're basically not only losing the money that you be getting from having your games, but now you're losing it. That money is now leaving your city, going elsewhere. And at some point you got to think to yourself like, damn, we got to do better. Like we should have done everything in our power to keep this team. And I don't understand how stuff like that happens in the NFL. And me personally, if I was Roger Goodell, I would say, hey, you got to change that name. You're not Chicago anymore. Like you got to change it. It probably won't happen. They probably won't do that. That's just what I would do because it's just weird to be in Indiana and still calling yourself Chicago Bears when you're not Chicago Bears. I get it. No one wants to be the New Jersey. No one wants to be the New Jersey Giants or New Jersey Jets. I get that. New York, you. I don't know if you get
Santa
into
Clara
that.
49ers.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that. No one wants to see the Hammond Bears, but it actually makes more sense here because New Jersey considers themselves half of New Jersey consider themselves New York, half of New Jersey consider themselves Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Hammond, Indiana thinks they're Chicago. You know,
No, they're definitely like they're right over the border. It's definitely a Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas kind of thing. But
oh,
the revenue is still going to Indiana. It's not going to Chicago.
right. And and it's funny because that's about to happen with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're moving to Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a weird, lot of weird things going on right now with the Bears. The It's just like we're about to see a bunch of shake, like just like we just saw the off season so far with the coaches. We saw the league completely shake. Like everything is kind of shook up. I feel like things are about to start shaking up even more with the Seattle Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, which I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was like something weird. You could probably the conspiracy theorists are probably all on that, saying that they knew that Paul Allen wanted his team sold. This is the best way to capitalize on that money. Let's put in the script that the Seahawks win the Super Bowl so we can capitalize on that
Sounds like
money.
you have a theory.
I have a theory, but I'm not going to speak on it. I don't want to be.
I'm putting that in a notepad.
I don't. But
You have
yeah,
a
the team is about to
theory.
be sold. Seattle's going to be sold. And then what I heard is the guy who used to own the Supersonics of Seattle and moved them to OKC is
Wait a minute.
apparently a front runner for that team. And what might happen is they might move the team. If he gets it, will he move the team from Seattle to OKC because he doesn't like or like the city doesn't want him there? I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. The same thing is said to happen to the Saints. Supposed to get a buyer. They'll probably relocate the Saints out of New Orleans.
Oh no, I don't like
The
that.
same thing with the same thing is rumors with the San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, the LA Chargers, which is crazy. They just got a new stadium. Like they're sharing the stadium, but heard the same thing. I don't think they're going to relocate, but it was rumors of them selling because of there's so much infighting between the brother and the sister who are owners of the
Mhm.
company. She's threatened to sell her shares. It's funny, but it's just weird things like that going on in the league. And I heard there was some stuff going on with the Titans as well. There were also rumors about the Jacksonville Jaguars just not being, because we were just talking about them with Travis Hunter earlier. The Jacksonville Jaguars not being profitable in spite of their recent success, finding some success this season. It's like they're just not a profitable team. NFL wise, they're not profitable. So the rumor of them like the NFL just saying if we can figure out a way to just ship the entire team off to London, they're doing it. They're not even gonna. There's no debate. They're just gonna send them out there. There's a lot of things that's going on, and a lot of people are hearing it. I'm hearing it because the discussions like I just happen to do weird things, and that information just kind of comes to me. I'm not going to say what I've been doing, but that information
I
comes to
just
me.
do weird things.
I do weird things, and that information just happens to fall into my lap. So there's a
That
lot
is
of discussions
interesting.
out there. Uh, this is just weird. It's all weird, and I don't understand how professional organizations like the NFL, a $1 billion organization, stuff like this can ever happen. And so here's my thought: How is it? How is it that an NFL team doesn't own their own stadium? I'll be damned. I'd be damned if I'm gonna ever be like you're not gonna hold me hostage, NFL. I mean, I'm not gonna let a city hold me hostage, and that's clearly what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're being like, and that's why I give props to I hate the man, but I give props to Jerry Jones. Don't he own that stadium? I think he close to.
I do not know, but I'm looking it up as we speak, honestly.
I
Like, as you were talking about it, I'm looking at which field teams don't play. Oh, that doesn't help. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I was
Looked up
thinking
the
because
wrong
I
thing.
think
I
Jerry
don't know.
Jones they practice and they I don't know. I'm not sure.
I
If
looked
he
it
owns
up, but
it.
I mean, I got Bing, and it's not really helping. It says Raiders, Cowboys, Dolphins, Bills, Niners, Commanders, Rams / Chargers, and Cardinals. Never mind. And again, that's not the right answer. Whatever. It's telling me which ones don't play in their home cities. I want to know. That's not what I'm looking for. I should edit that out, but I'm not. Oh well. We're only human. We make mistakes. Google, the internet screws us over too. But what was the question?
Oh well, I guess the city of Arlington owns that stadium.
Ah,
So I guess nobody owns I, that's so weird to me because you're being held hostage. You're like held hostage. That's crazy.
I always figured there was some kind of arrangement, like a 45, 55, something along those lines, according to with as far as ownership was concerned. Because you don't want the team to go anywhere, but you want to get your cut off the top too.
Yeah, but here's
I
my
just
thing.
figured it was, yeah.
Here's my thing because if I don't own that stadium, if I'm like, why would you want me to put? I'm not putting my money into it. You want me here? You give me a stadium for free.
Hmm.
That's how I see it. If you want me to
Well,
stay
for
here, give me
free,
a
I
stadium
mean,
for free.
I'm
I'm not
mistaken. The
paying.
Orioles pay rent to Camden Yards, or whoever owns that. I remember that because it went up a couple years ago. Like the
Mm,
lease or whatever went up a couple years ago, and they had to renegotiate.
I'm not
So
leasing
maybe
shit.
it's not that. Maybe it's not uncommon that teams don't own the stadium. I thought it was. I thought it just came with the package.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm not playing. I mean, I guess. I mean, it does make sense for the city to have a lease where they're getting some money. I get
Yeah.
that. I mean, I 100% get it. But what if a team says, I don't want to pay you anymore. And they decide, because it could possibly happen where it's like they do like the UFL did in the first year, USFL did when their first year coming back. They all played in the same stadium.
Hmm.
Every game was in the same stadium. I mean, some like I don't know. It's just I think it's weird. It's funny. It's I get it. I get it. It's just funny. It's like these are $1 billion organizations. They can't have your own stadium because I know high schools own their stadium. There's a high school in Texas that owns their own stadium, and
Mm.
they have an NFL caliber stadium. So Who knows? I don't.
Texas is on another level when it comes to football, though. Especially when it
Yeah,
comes to that sort of thing. High
they
school football and the like.
fundraise to pay coaches' salary. It's like I just recently found that out that high school coaches, like in most schools, the football coach is a teacher of some sort. He's probably a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
athletic director, but in Texas, it's not like that. The Texas, the head coach, only job is to coach football, and they actually raise money to pay the coach a salary. He's
Damn.
not getting like teacher salary. They raise the money to pay the coach a salary, and I'm just like, let me go to Texas. But then I'm like,
Yeah, go shake hands and kiss babies.
I don't
Yeah,
want to go
you're
to
gonna have to
Texas.
put that prowl on because,
I'm
excuse me,
not going to Texas.
tastes it like hot dog.
So yeah,
All
that's
right,
what I. That's the Bears for you. That's the Bears for you.
all right. You got any more of them things before we get to talking
Yeah,
about them Eagles? Got any more of them
yeah.
things?
I got you. Here go them things.
Bye. First on 18th Street. What's happening?
And we are back.
Oh,
Let's get it for the final part of the show, um, where we talk about what's the most important to the show. The most important thing on the show. They are who we are. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to talk about that as soon as Boulevard finishes his analytics.
yeah, that's the word for it. That's right. Analytics. Mm. All right. So we actually had some good news this week for once, as far as Philly since the season ended. Landon Johnson and Landon Dickerson are actually coming back. Also, Cam Jurgens went down to Columbia and had some stem cell treatments. So,
Mm.
I mean, they're doing everything they can, it seems. Come back and get one more good season out of this core. What do you think? You think they got anything left?
Um, no. To be honest with you, I feel like Lane Johnson should just retire.
Mm,
Like I think it's like I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, I love the
mm,
guy, but I feel like he's been hurt every year, and I feel like this can't be good for his body. I get it. You want to win that championship again, but at some point you just have to
mm.
walk away because you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting the team. Because let's say you get hurt again, he gets hurt again, and we're gonna be dealing with the same thing again. We're gonna have to deal with Fred Johnson again, or whatever his name
Right.
is. I don't want to. I don't want to have to keep doing that. I want to have to see, um, what's his name? Fucking the guy you said that should be retired already, Matt Pryor. I don't want to see him again. I don't want to see Robert Johnson. I don't want to see those guys again. And I feel like
No.
they're going to end up right back in that situation again if Lane gets hurt again. And I don't believe that Lane is going to be the type that's going to give you 16, 17 games. He's not
Oh,
going to give
no.
you that.
No, he was
So
10 last year.
So I feel like we gotta first and foremost, we gotta replace that position,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lander Dickerson. I feel like he's been hurt, but he's been dealing with the same injury. I also believe that there is a point where you have to say, all right, time to cut loose, cut. Like I'm a firm believer, cutting the fucking cord. Um, and rebuilding. Like you gotta if you know like give him another year. All right, I'll say give him another year. But if he fail, if this O line doesn't live up to the hype, which I don't think we're going to be anything close to what we were when we won the Super Bowl, um, especially with Cooper as an O line coach.
Mm.
And I remember I said that the way I found out about him as an O line coach, I saw an article that says disaster O line coach to replace Jeff Stoutland. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that when I saw the word disaster, it was going to be a disaster.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Yeah, so
Wait, what was his name again? The new OC?
something
Is,
Cooper.
is he the Minnesota guy?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. He's that's dog shit hire. That is not going to
yeah,
bode well for the future.
no,
Not so much this core, these four, I'm counting Mailata too. The depth behind them,
yeah,
because that's already my concern when you look at the age and the injury history of these four. Because I'm not counting that guard spot. I'm just not. To me, that's been a free for all for 2 years at least.
yeah,
But it's like Lane Johnson, foot problems. That's not going away, and he's getting
no,
older.
mm-hmm,
Like he had a list rank. That's the middle of your damn foot. It's like I don't
mm-hmm,
care. I mean, I don't care. You can say you're 100%. You're never 100% again.
no,
Or some shit like that. You're just not. And Jurgen had to go down to stem cells, go get stem cell treatments. So you know he's having issues. Like you got to go out of the country to go get surgeries and shit. Like that's how bad your situation is. Not there's anything wrong with going to Colombia or anything. I don't know, but I mean that you have to go through that because that's the extent of that you have to go through to feel better, to feel capable of playing. It's like to me, some of this shit is just too far. And
yeah,
this is what we talk about when you're going to have long term problems, like not going to be able to walk when you're 50 and shit like this. This is how it ends for a lot of these players. That's how they end up that way. And we're watching it right now, and I don't want to see any of these dudes go through that. They've already given us their all. They got their ring. They can all ride off into the sunset and start over. The problem with that is we don't have the depth behind them. We don't have the depth behind Johnson if he goes down. We don't have something. We don't have a player we can trust behind Jurgens, or like I said, a right guard spot that's been a free for all. You got Dickerson. He's busted up. He's probably going to miss some games. No guarantee, but Johnson's almost a guarantee. Myalata, he's getting older. He's taking the same abuse these players are taking. Who's to say he won't start suffering for the cause soon? The depth is going to continue to be a problem. And as these players start walking away, if we're not filling in those gaps, we're going to have one of those lines.
yeah,
And I don't mean the lines that you can actually take freeze frames up to show how dominant they are, which to this day I have to say is the only line I've ever seen that type of act happen for. You remember that? How there would be picture videos of the line just spread out, locked in. You didn't see that for no other teams. Not then, not before, not after.
mm,
That's gone. And the things that are coming up behind them don't give you that kind of excitement, that kind of confidence, and that they're going to be able to assert their dominance because they're inexperienced, and it appears that they're going to be poorly coached from this point on.
yeah,
So I worry about that line just as much as I worry about other positions on the team because they're getting older and the depth is just not there. The next man up is not. It's not going to work. That it's not going to go that deep into the roster. So yeah, but I
yeah. I
wanted
agree
to.
with you.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like it's like basically they're just marching in place. That's where the Philadelphia Eagles are right now,
Yeah.
with bringing back old players that are aging out. I understand that you want to keep, like Jalen said, you keep things keep the main thing. But
Hmm.
at some point, you have to understand that you don't have to hold on till it completely falls apart, and that's what's going to happen. Is like you're going to hold on, and then at some point, it will fall off. Like the wheels are going to fall off, and we saw that start to happen last season. So if you don't have something completely there to like hold us up as a crutch, we're doomed.
Hmm.
Like it was this defense was like the wheels, and you're about to see the defense is about to. they're about to be the wheels are about to fall off. I feel like the defense is going to regress. We're
Mm,
going to see the wheels falling off. So I feel like if we don't have this offensive line situation together, and then the defense situation is about to be right then and there, the wheels are falling off, ladies and gentlemen. So either we're gonna have to like if we're bringing these guys back, these old and aging guys, if we're going to go all in and lean into it, we got to win it all. Again, we got to win it all. Because if we don't win it all, we're about to be looking at a 7-9
mm,
or 7-10 season. We're about to go from 11-6 to 7-9, 8-7. Like that's probably where we're going to be. Was it 9-7, 8-8, 10-7? I'm sorry, 9-8. We're about to be 9-8, 8-9 over the next few years because we don't have any developed players past our starters.
mm,
And then this conversation about keep players to keep letting go of AJ Brown. Listen, if you're gonna do it, do it, but don't start bringing people back. If you're gonna fucking cut them, let them go.
mm-hmm.
You're gonna trade them, let them
I
go.
guess
It's
kind of
time
a
to go.
giving up move there. So,
Yeah, like that. You. That's not. If you were trying to compete, then that's not an option.
yeah,
AJ Brown,
exactly.
letting AJ trading AJ Brown is not a part. It's not. It's not an option. And the minute you do that, you're accepting that you're about to take the L. Because here's my thing: what are you gonna get? What are you gonna get that out of AJ? When you trade AJ Brown away, what are you gonna get? Luckily, a first rounder, but you're not going to get a receiver to replace him. There's no receiver that's going to
Mhm.
replace what AJ Brown gave you. Now you're going to put everything on Devontae. We don't even have a number three receiver anymore. Like unless you want to say Darius Cooper, but Darius Cooper is not going to be able to.
I'm not saying Darius Cooper.
Yeah,
Won't be me.
you can't put that put it on Darius Cooper's shoulders. It doesn't work. He's not fast enough. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the vertical size. Yeah, he's a big body guy, 5'10", 210, 5'11", 210, whatever.
Mm.
But he doesn't have the skills. He doesn't have the talent. Like he may be a talented receiver. He may be able to catch the ball over the middle, but you still need something else. And he doesn't have that. He doesn't bring you wide receiver one, wide receiver two ability. He doesn't even bring you wide receiver three ability. In the Eagles, we don't really use a wide receiver three. Then you have an aging Dallas Goddard. You're like aging out in every which way. What are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna hold on to him this year, everybody this year, and then next year we're gonna be even further doomed down the pot because we don't have nothing? It's time to cut the fucking cord, and that's how I feel. It's like, yes, I love this team. We just won a Super Bowl. I think you cut the fucking cord. If you're gonna let if this is like Nick Sirianni's last year, all right, rock out. If he doesn't get you the big one, fucking let him go too. Cut the fucking cord. You're already losing half your coaches. Half your coaches are going. Vic Fangio is probably going to retire at the end of the season. Fucking cut the cord.
Yeah, why not? At this point, I mean, how many options do you really have? So, it's kind of on the wall. I see 2020 as the year that it just doesn't mean, but yeah, that's just what it looks like. So, but yeah, one of the reasons that, as you said, the defense might take a step back this year is because of what we lost defensively. And I don't necessarily mean the players. I mean Christian Parker, the new
Mm-hmm.
defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. I hate that. I really do. Hurts my feelings. Feels like he then crossed over to the dark side. I don't really know the analogy Star Wars wise because I've never seen the Star Wars movies, but it's like betraying the good guys. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Christian Parker's kind of like marked now. He's a marked man. But he's out, and Mike Pellegrino's in. GQ. You ever heard of Mike Pellegrino?
No.
Hey, anybody who didn't know doesn't pay attention to lacrosse. You ever heard of Mike Pellegrino? No?
Don't tell me
Yeah,
he was a
okay.
cross
Well,
player.
here's the deal. Yeah, he was a lacrosse player. He played lacrosse at Johns Hopkins, which, means he's like best of the best of the best. Because Johns Hopkins don't fuck around when it comes to lacrosse. And he also played professional lacrosse at some point. But he was started with Belichick. When I say Belichick as a coaching assistant, you know how that goes. He just likes lacrosse guys. He likes lacrosse. That was his thing. But he played lacrosse in college. Notice I did not say he played football. Notice I did not say he was a coaching assistant in college. No, he started as a coaching assistant with Belichick. He didn't have experience coaching football. Somehow he was a coaching assistant 3 years, and they thought highly enough of this man to make him a cornerbacks coach, which he maintained for 5 years. He did his job, I guess. I can't really say, well, the defense was something special. His pride and glory has to be Christian Gonzalez, obviously. But he came in with, it was already there. He was the Nichols coach for Buffalo, got fired. You know how I feel about that. I don't want a dude who just got fired personally getting coached to the same damn position. It's like, it doesn't matter if it wasn't your fault. You were part of the ship that just sank.
Yes.
You have that stink on you. I don't want your stink in my locker room. I don't want your stink in my staff meetings. You come out of an environment that didn't know how to win. I don't want that here. Okay. I mean, granted, that's a little mud, but they didn't get the job done, and they got fired. I don't want that in my locker room. But as of now, he's the Eagles coach. But to me, the problem is he was a lacrosse dude. Like, he was so good at lacrosse that he went professional in lacrosse, and then decided that he wanted to coach football. He doesn't like football. If he liked football, he would have been playing football along the lines. But he went to lacrosse. Why wasn't he playing football? Why is there a guy coaching the teams that didn't like it enough to play it himself? That chose another sport. Why is he here trying to do this? It's like if a player retired tomorrow and decided to be a defensive back coach, he'd have more credibility than this guy. That's the problem. Like, I don't know that this dude's capable of doing anything, because I don't know that he knows what the hell he's doing. I don't care which tree he came up in. I care about his own personal experience with it. Like, if he's just teaching from somebody else's damn manual, then you might as well have that person there. If he doesn't know anything but that guy's manual, then he doesn't know enough.
Yeah.
So I don't think this guy's got it. I don't think he's the guy. I don't like the hire. And considering the work that Parker had with Hugh and Jackson and Makuba and all the other young ones, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt. It means that's going to hurt Karari. That's going to hurt all that shit. They're two different people. Two different damn energies. Two different vibes. It's not going to work. And I think that's going to hurt defense immensely. Big time. Because Parker's going to come in there, going to try to do whatever he do. But he don't know nothing. So he's dead in itself. That's a step back. Because he's going to hurt their development. And by hurting their development, they can't take the steps forward that the team needs them to take. This is the problem when you're just bringing in all these inexperienced people. Like, there's no reason for this guy. There had to be a better option out there.
Yes.
There had to be than this guy. To me, it's another boneheaded move on their part as far as all these hires. It's just another bad move. But maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I'm counting the chicken, looking at it negatively. I'm just seeing what I see, and it doesn't look good.
Right.
Oh. Sorry. Did I take too much time there? Felt like I was
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I hope I was clear and concise.
What else we got?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We knocked it out the park there.
Yeah. This is your reminder to cancel NFL Plus. I mean, if you haven't by now, then I ain't telling you no more. It's far too late now. The draft like next month. Catch up. 2 months. Catch up.
I'm watching it on Hulu.
Where's the combine? When is the combine? Why ain't I seeing the combine yet?
Oh yeah, I had to look at that because it was in March. The combine. I was just looking this up because I was confused because I thought I was watching it, but I wasn't. It was just last year's combine.
Aw.
February 23rd to March 2nd.
Okay.
So that's
So when's it on TV? Like the 25th?
February 26th through March 1st.
Okay. Thank you, because that's information I needed to know, and I'm sure anybody else is watching needed to know it as well. All right. Well, I got nothing left. You got anything you want to promote? Any restaurants or foods or something of that nature?
No.
Something of
But
that nature.
I want to say, if you are a football fan, make sure you are paying attention to the arena football programs in the world. Spring football is about to start, so you got arena, you have UFL. So please be looking out because it's going to be fun. Let me go ahead and get this out for a second because I have the dates. I'm pretty sure everything starts in like a week or so. Well, just know arena football is starting. The UFL is starting soon. So just be ready.
UFL, we talking about arena football, yeah. And I hope we can get some interesting perspective on that arena football league from our insiders, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I would say that it's possible we should get some information very soon, but I don't want to overstep.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Ain't no big. I mean, we'll get it if we get it. If we don't, we don't. But live from the bench can't be stopped. So we'll be here again.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Go feed your cat.
I don't have it. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out to check out our show. We'll be back again soon with another episode for you to enjoy. On behalf of GQ and the interns, I'm Boulevard. Peace, love, and go Birds.